What's going on? I am here to talk about You. Now, I don't mean you. I'm talking about the TV show called You. Now, it's pretty clever on the whole name thing that they do with this and the aspect of like, oh, what are you watching? I'm watching You. It's very clever because this show is about a stalker, somebody who becomes obsessive. And so it's kind of funny in that the way they tie in the whole title of it all. It is based off a book by Caroline Kepnes, which is called You, and the second book, which is called Hidden Bodies, is what the second season's about, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later. So just going into this, though, I kind of want to mention, though, like, a lot of people don't know this, is it was actually turned down by Netflix at the beginning, and then Lifetime picked it up. So the Lifetime picked up the 10-episode first season, and it did okay, and then Netflix eventually brought it onto their streaming platform. In the first month, it was huge. Like some 40-some million people watched it. So Netflix all of a sudden was like, oh, okay, maybe we do have something. They took the second season on as a Netflix original, and they've already greenlit the third season, which comes out in 2021. So there's going to be 3 seasons of You. So with that being said, let's dive into what is You even about. So You stars Penn, who most of you might know him from Gossip Girl. I don't want to talk much about Gossip Girl, but he is in it in a huge way. The main female is Elizabeth Lail. So, and she's also from another big TV show called Once Upon a Time, and she plays Anna. So that's kind of where the main stars come from. There is a cool character that I haven't seen in a long time, and it's John Stamos, who most of us know him as Uncle Jesse from Full House. So this cast may or may not, you might not know him. I had no idea who Penn Badgley was, and I will just tell you right now, I love the dude. He is phenomenal. This show, to tell you a little bit of the premise, I don't want to give any spoilers away, but it's a show about passion, obsessive, and kind of psychopath. So yes, it is definitely a thriller kind of a show with some romance in it. It is mature, like the rating is mature because there's some sexual references and scenes in this film. You don't see any nudity, but they're not shy to show you almost anything else in the aspects. So there is a little bit of that coming in this show, and some language. So there's a little bit of violence, obviously, with this being a crime thriller. I don't want to say it's really gory, but there's some moments, I guess, that you could perceive as gory. I don't think it's too extreme. I think it's all like right at that line of like, okay, is this too far? I think they stay just under it, actually. But so some sexual scenes in the film, language, and some gore in the violence or whatever. That's kind of what this show has as rating wise, but it's not necessarily what the concept is. I mean, I will say when you watch the show, you do kind of like, who am I supposed to like? Which is kind of funny. Confession for me, I really like Joe Goldberg, who's played by Penn Badgley. He is the obsessive lover, psycho, stalker. I think, though, how they execute him is really well done. You do question everything he does, but at the same time, the way the script was written and the way Penn acts as this character, it's very well executed to the point where it's like, oh, dang, I do want to know what happens. So I will say they do a phenomenal job with this. There's 10 episodes in the first season. The first and last episode are almost 50 minutes. The other 8 episodes are around 42 to 45 minutes long. So that wraps pretty much all of season 1. There is a second season, but I don't really want to talk about it because it could give spoilers of things that happened in the first season. So I just kind of want to leave it at that. Is, you know, if you like the first season, there is already a second season already available. It's on Netflix. I really do recommend this show. If you're into like thrillers and crimes and stuff and don't mind the mature rating that this has. I typically don't like narrated scenes or films. Sorry, it's not a scene. It happens throughout the entire series. I don't typically like narrations, but actually some of the funniest moments is hearing what Joe is saying in his head. And that's actually a lot of times you laugh, is just his commentary that they narrate for you. So I typically don't like that though, just because I'm like, I'm not watching a Dr. Seuss film, so please don't narrate it for me, just tell me the story. I will say they do that in this film and they execute it very well. And I seriously give this show a 4 out of 5, hands down. Borderline 4.5, but let's just stick with 4. So yes, I highly recommend the show. I'm now a Penn Badgley fan, which is kind of scary that Joel Goldberg is what made me a Penn Badgley fan. But this is a show. I'm gonna wrap this up because I don't want this to go long. Clearly, there's no after credit scenes. There's season 1. There's season 2. Season 3 is coming in 2021, and so here it is. You. And if you want to read the book, the book is out there. It came out in 2014. So, or if you're like me, you just watch the show. It's on Netflix. Thank you so much. If you've seen the show already, let me know in the comments. If you like this video, hit the like button. And be sure to hit subscribe. That way you're notified for future movie reviews. Thank you, guys. Or I should just say thank you.